Hello, fourth grade. Before we get started on our notes and video for this week's materials, I wanted to go over a few things that I noticed there was a little bit of confusion about with the assignments. Now, I'm going to go back 2 weeks worth, so to the first week of January, right after winter break, and open up this assignment, the Mexican-American War packet, the one that was listed as pages 1 to 10. Now, I noticed that a few people have turned it in and gotten it graded, and there are still several people who have not. What you need to turn in for this assignment is both of these things. You need to download and complete the packet. You need to download and complete this packet about the Mexican-American War, where you are highlighting and annotating throughout. That's where you're getting your points on this, by showing me your highlights and your annotations and completing the attached questions. And then you were using this information on, I already set up the timeline for you with these dates, and you were placing these events on the correct dates in the timeline. Now the timeline has already been provided for you. It looks like this. You needed to fill in your full name and date, and you needed to put in those different events corresponding or relating to those different dates. If you did not turn in both of those things, then you did not complete the assignment. So there are some of you guys that turned in one and not the other. I do need you to turn in both for this section. The next thing I wanted to review, so remember that one is in the week of 1/4 to 1/8. So that needs to be done by anyone who hasn't completed it or who has not turned in all of the parts. So if you didn't do it or you didn't do all of the parts, please get that done this week. There's no excuses after that. The next thing I wanted to go over was the Center Booklet, which is something that we started last week and we're completing this week. Now, a lot of you guys have turned it in. A few of you have not turned it in yet. I extended the due date since the entire booklet is due on Tuesday. I extended the due date out to the 19th. So it's not marked as late for you yet if you've already done it. What you need to do is open up your station booklet or your center booklet over here and use the station materials, which is the second PDF, to be able to answer the questions in here. Now, for this, there's also one part for station 4 that was due last week, and it stayed due last week, which was for you to write your paragraph and to answer the different parts for station 4. So I'm going to open that up to remind you what that looks like. You needed to take a picture of your sign that you made for the land that you claimed and attach the photo here in the document. So save it on your computer or your tablet, whatever device you're using, and then insert it right here. And I showed you how to do that by going to insert image. And if you put it in your Google Drive or if it's on your computer, you can insert it that way. Next, you needed to write your paragraph about the area that you claimed and explain why you chose it and why that area was what you like about that area. So that's the part that you need to do for station 4. A few of you have turned it in. A few of you have not yet turned it in. This needs to be turned in this week. There's no more excuses for these. Final grades are coming out in a week, and I want to make sure that you guys have as many of your points as possible. So the station booklet and then the additional parts for station 4 are both in last week's assignments. Please make sure you get those done. Now for this week, I didn't move the center booklet up into the current assignments, but it should still show up on your to-do list if you have not already turned it in. If I returned it to you because something is missing or you only did one and not the other, please complete it and turn it in before the 19th or by the 19th at the latest, so it's not considered late. And that's all the updates. The next video is going to have our notes for this week.